Book 33-9, The Magic Key, The Turtle Submersible. Kipper, Biff, Chip and their friends Wilf and Wilma were testing a toy wooden boat in a tub of water. Suddenly, the magic key on the garden table began to glow bright green. The magic whisked the children back to 1775, landing on the shores of Saybrook, Connecticut during the Revolutionary War. Inside a coastal wooden barn, they met a quiet inventor named David Bushnell. David revealed an extraordinary vessel standing 7 feet tall and 10 feet long, carved from 2 hollowed halves of solid oak bound with iron hoops and caulked with pitch. It resembled 2 giant clamshells joined together. David opened the brass conning tower hatch. Inside, a single wooden seat faced 2 hand-cranked brass propellers, one for forward motion and a vertical screw for diving, steered by a wooden rudder tiller. David demonstrated how the turtle submerged. A foot pedal opened a brass valve to flood the bilge with seawater to sink, while 2 manual brass pumps were cranked by hand to pump the water out. Beneath the craft hung 200 pounds of emergency lead ballast that could be dropped instantly. At the top 2 snorkel air pipes had cork float valves that sealed shut underwater, holding 30 minutes of air. Inside the dark hull, David pulled out pieces of glowing rotten wood called foxfire.
A candle would consume our precious oxygen, David explained.
Foxfire provides cold light to read our compass and depth gauge. On the back of the hull hung a detachable oak keg containing 150 pounds of gunpowder. It was connected by rope to an overhead iron auger drill and triggered by a ticking clockwork timer. In September 1776, the Turtle was moved to New York Harbor to break the British blockade. A brave volunteer named Sergeant Ezra Lee climbed inside to target the British flagship HMS Eagle. Under the cover of night, Ezra Lee pedaled and cranked through the dark waters for 2 exhausting hours against the harbor tide, slipping quietly beneath the massive wooden hull of HMS Eagle. Ezra tried to drill the auger into the warship's bottom, but the bit struck impenetrable iron hull strapping. Running out of air with dawn approaching, Ezra released the ticking mine into the harbor, where it detonated in a giant geyser. The thunderous explosion startled the British fleet into moving their ships further out. As the harbour waters calmed, the magic key glowed bright green, carrying the children safely home after witnessing the world's first combat submarine.